One blessing at a time. A baby girl who never forgets to say, God bless you. In a small town nestled between gentle hills and flower-filled meadows, there lived a baby girl named Lila. She wasn't like most children her age. She had soft, golden curls, big, curious eyes, and the most heartwarming smile that could light up even the gloomiest day. But what made Lila truly special was something much deeper than her appearance. She had a kind and gentle soul. From the moment she began to speak, her favorite phrase was, God bless you. And she said it to everyone she met. Lila had a way of noticing when someone needed kindness. Even though she was small, she could sense when a friend was feeling sad, or when someone around her sneezed, or when her family looked tired. That's when she would reach out her tiny hand, tilt her head to the side and whisper, God bless you, in her sweet little voice. It was never loud, never forced, just honest, full of love, and always sincere. Her parents were amazed by her. Lila, her mother would say, brushing her daughter's hair, you have the biggest heart in the whole wide world. Lila would smile and say, I just want people to feel happy. At her daycare, Lila was known as the blessing baby. When one of her friends tripped and fell, Lila was the first to help them up and say, God bless you. You're okay now. If someone was crying because they missed their mom or dad, Lila would offer her favorite toy and whisper her magical words. It didn't matter if it was a sunny day or a stormy one, she never forgot to spread her blessing. One afternoon, a new boy named Jaden joined her daycare. He was shy and quiet, and he didn't talk to anyone. He missed his old home and didn't know how to make friends in this new place. While the other kids ran around playing, Jaden sat alone in a corner, clutching his backpack tightly. Lila noticed. She didn't say anything right away. She just walked over, sat down beside him, and smiled. She gently touched his arm and said, God bless you, Jaden. You have a friend now. Jaden looked up, surprised. No one had spoken to him like that before. Something about Lila's words made him feel warm and welcome. From that day on, Jaden smiled more, laughed louder, and played with the other kids. All because one little girl didn't forget to show kindness. Lila's blessing became a habit that touched more lives than she could ever understand. Even adults began to notice. One time, her neighbor, Mrs. Green, dropped her groceries in front of their house. Lila rushed to help, even though she was so small that the milk jug was almost bigger than her. She handed Mrs. Green a flower from the garden and said, God bless you. I hope your day gets better. Mrs. Green smiled through her tears, overwhelmed by the little girl's compassion. As she grew older, Lila's words only became more meaningful. Though she was still young, people would come to her for comfort. Her voice remained gentle, but her heart had grown stronger, filled with more understanding and more care for the world. Her teachers admired her, her friends adored her, and even strangers remembered her name. Not because she was famous or loud or did something flashy, but because she had the simple, loving habit of saying, God bless you. She never missed a chance to say it. Whether someone was sick, scared, happy, or just walking by, Lila found a reason to speak those kind words. Some people didn't even know how much they needed to hear them, until they did. And once they did, they never forgot. On her 5th birthday, her family threw a small party in the backyard. Her friends came with balloons, presents, and cake. After they sang Happy Birthday, and Lila blew out her candles, she stood on a little chair and looked around at everyone she loved. I want to say thank you, she said, her voice full of joy. And I want to say, God bless you all, every one of you. Everyone clapped and cheered. Her parents had tears in their eyes. Her words weren't fancy, but they were real, and they meant everything. Lila's story began to spread throughout the town. People started sharing how she had made their day better with just a few simple words. One boy wrote a letter to the local newspaper saying, I used to be scared to go to school, but then I met Lila, She said, "God bless you," and it made me feel strong. Soon, Lila's little phrase was being shared in classrooms, parks, and homes. Other kids began to say it too, not because they were told to, but because they saw how powerful it could be. Lila had sparked a gentle revolution, one small blessing at a time. Her parents never told her to say those words. It came from her own heart, and that's what made it special. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She simply cared. And no matter how busy the world got, no matter how loud things became around her, Lila never forgot her little tradition. Even when she learned to read and write and started going to big girl school, she always made sure to pause and say, "God bless you," to those who needed it. One day, when she was a little older, someone asked her, "Lila, why do you always say that?" She thought for a moment, then replied, "Because it makes people feel loved. And when people feel loved, they smile more. I like smiles." Simple, honest, and wise beyond her years. Lila might have been just a small girl in a small town, but her heart was big enough to touch the world. All because she never forgot to say, "God bless you." And through her kind words, she reminded everyone, children and adults alike, that love, kindness, and blessings are gifts we can give every day in the smallest of ways. Lila grew up in a small, quiet town. Everyone knew her because of her kind heart. People loved her soft voice, her warm smile, and the way she always said, "God bless you." She said it at the right time. When someone sneezed, she would quickly say, "God bless you." When someone was sad or tired, she would sit next to them and say, "God bless you." She made people feel happy and safe. One day, Lila saw her friend Mia crying. Mia had lost her favorite toy. All the other children kept playing, but Lila walked over. She gave Mia a hug and said, "God bless you, Mia. Don't be sad. I'll help you find your toy." Mia smiled and wiped her tears. Together, they found the toy under the slide. Mia was happy again, and it was all because Lila cared. Lila's teachers noticed how special she was. "Lila, you are a kind girl," her teacher said. "You always help others." Lila just smiled. "I want everyone to feel loved," she said softly. At home, Lila also said, "God bless you," to her family. When her mom looked tired, she would hold her mom's hand and say, "God bless you, Mommy. Thank you for everything." Her mom would hug her tight and say, "Thank you, Lila. You make my heart full." Her dad worked hard at his job. Sometimes he came home late and looked very tired. Lila would bring him a glass of water and say, "God bless you, Daddy. I love you." Her dad would smile and say, "I love you too, sweet girl." Even when she went to the store with her parents, Lila didn't forget to be kind. One time, the cashier dropped some coins. Lila bent down to help pick them up. "God bless you," she said with a big smile. The cashier smiled back and said, "What a sweet girl you are." Lila's words were small, but they had a big meaning. People felt better after hearing her say, "God bless you." Her kindness spread like sunshine after the rain. At school, more children started saying, "God bless you," too. They learned it from Lila. When someone was sad, they would remember her words and say the same thing. The school became a happier place. One day, a new teacher came to class. Her name was Ms. Sarah. She was nervous because it was her first day. She dropped her pen and looked worried. Lila walked up, gave her the pen, and said, "God bless you, Ms. Sarah. You're going to do great." Ms. Sarah smiled and felt less scared. Lila's words helped her feel brave. Another time, a boy named Tom got sick and had to stay home. Lila made a little card with flowers and hearts. She wrote, "Dear Tom, God bless you. Get well soon. From your friend, Lila." When Tom got the card, he was so happy. He showed it to his mom and said, "Lila is the best friend ever." As days passed, Lila's simple words touched more and more people. People in the town began to talk about her. "That little girl always says, 'God bless you,'" they said. "She makes our town better." Even the mayor heard about Lila. One day, he came to her school. He gave her a small medal that said, Kindest Heart Award. Everyone clapped and cheered. Lila was shy, but she stood up and said, "Thank you, everyone. I just want people to feel happy and loved. So I say, God bless you, because those words can help someone smile." One winter day, there was a big snowstorm. The roads were cold and slippery. Some people couldn't go to work. Some were scared. Lila and her parents stayed home, but she looked outside and saw the mailman walking through the snow. She quickly asked her mom, "Can I give him a warm drink?" Her mom nodded. Lila poured hot chocolate into a cup, put on her coat, and walked outside. "God bless you, Mr. Mailman," she said. "Thank you for bringing our mail in the snow. Please take this drink." The mailman took the cup with both hands and smiled warmly. "Thank you, Lila. You are so kind." No matter the weather, no matter the place, Lila always remembered to say those kind words. Years went by, and Lila grew older. She still said, "God bless you," every day. It became part of who she was. Even when she went to a new school with older kids, she didn't stop. Sometimes, older kids would laugh or tease, but Lila didn't mind. One day, a girl named Bella was crying in the bathroom. No one else saw her, but Lila did. She sat beside her and said, "God bless you, Bella. I don't know why you're sad, but I'm here for you." Bella looked at her with surprise and hugged her. Later, Bella told the class, "Lila helped me when I was feeling really bad. Her kind words made me feel strong again." More and more kids started using kind words. They helped each other. They said, "God bless you, thank you, and I care about you." Lila had started something beautiful. Lila's life was full of love and kindness. She kept saying, "God bless you," every day. She said it to her friends, her family, her teachers, and even to people she didn't know. These words came from her heart. One day, Lila and her class went on a trip to the city zoo. It was a fun day with many animals to see. There were lions, elephants, monkeys, and birds. The children were excited and ran around looking at everything. While they were eating lunch, one of her classmates, Sam, dropped his sandwich. He looked upset. Some kids laughed at him, but Lila didn't laugh. She picked up half of her sandwich and gave it to Sam. Then she smiled and said, "God bless you, Sam. It's okay." Sam smiled back. "Thank you, Lila. You are a good friend." Lila's teacher saw what happened and said, "That was a kind thing to do, Lila. You made Sam feel better." Lila just nodded. She didn't help people to be praised. She helped because she cared. That evening, when Lila got home, she told her parents about the trip. "I had fun, and I helped a friend," she said proudly. Her mom hugged her and said, "God bless you, my sweet girl. You always share love." Her dad smiled and said, "Kindness is the most beautiful thing in the world." The next day, something different happened. Lila felt sick. Her head hurt, and she had a fever. Her parents let her stay in bed and rest. Even when she was not feeling well, she said, "God bless you," to her mom, who brought her soup. "Thank you, Mommy. God bless you," Lila said softly. Her mom smiled and kissed her forehead. "You're so sweet, even when you're sick." Some of her friends made cards for her. One said, "Lila, you always bless others. Now we bless you. Get better soon." Lila felt happy and warm inside. She saw that kindness comes back to you when you give it to others. After a few days, Lila felt better and went back to school. Everyone was happy to see her again. "We missed you, Lila," they said. "I missed you too," she replied. "God bless all of you." Lila kept helping others with small acts of kindness. She held the door for people. She helped tie her friends' shoes. She picked up trash in the park, and each time she smiled and said, "God bless you." One Saturday morning, Lila and her family went to visit a home for older people. Some of the people there had no families. They were lonely. Lila brought flowers, cookies, and handmade cards. She walked up to an old woman sitting alone. "Hi, my name is Lila," she said. The woman smiled a little. "Hello, dear." Lila gave her a flower and a card. "God bless you," she said sweetly. "You are special." The woman's eyes filled with tears. "No one has said that to me in a long time," she whispered. Lila sat with her and listened to her stories. The woman smiled more and more as she talked. That day, many people at the home felt loved because of Lila. When they left, one of the workers at the home said to Lila's parents, "Your daughter has a special gift. Her words bring joy." Lila's parents were proud, but more than that, they were thankful that their little girl cared so much about others. In school, Lila's teacher gave the class a new project. "I want you to do one kind thing every day for 1 week," she said, "then write about it." Most children thought about what they could do. But for Lila, it was easy. She was already doing kind things every day. That week, Lila helped a classmate who forgot their pencil. She shared her snack with a hungry friend. She gave a compliment to someone who was feeling shy. She wrote a thank you note to the school cleaner. She even helped her little brother learn how to read. At the end of the week, she wrote in her notebook, "Kindness is easy. Saying God bless you is easy. But these small things make people feel happy. I like helping others. I think we should all try to do it every day." Her teacher read her note and said, "Lila, this is beautiful. You are a shining light in this school." Lila smiled but said softly, "I just want everyone to feel loved." Her classmates clapped for her. Some of them said, "I want to be more like Lila." That made Lila very happy, not because she wanted to be famous, but because kindness was spreading. Lila started a small group at school. She called it the Blessing Club. Anyone could join. The rule was simple: say kind words and do kind things. The club grew fast. Children wrote kind notes to each other. They helped clean the classroom. They gave hugs and said, "God bless you," every time someone sneezed or looked sad. Even teachers joined the fun. They said kind words too. The whole school became a more loving place because of one little girl's gentle habit. Lila's story was shared in the school newspaper. Then, a local news reporter came to meet her. They asked her, "Why do you say God bless you so often?" Lila answered with her big, bright eyes, "Because it makes people feel good inside. It shows them they are not alone, that someone cares." The reporter wrote about Lila. People in other towns read the story. Some wrote letters to the school saying, "Thank you for sharing Lila's story. We now say, 'God bless you' at our school too." Lila felt very happy. She didn't think her small words could travel so far. But they did, because love grows when you share it. Lila kept her notebook full of kind things she saw and did. Every night she wrote, "Today I said God bless you to someone who needed it." And I think it helped. She knew that kindness wasn't about being perfect. It was about caring. And Lila would never forget to say, "God bless you." Not when she was small. Not when she grew taller. Not when she became a teenager. Not even when she became a grown-up. And so, Lila, the little girl with a big heart, kept saying, "God bless you" to everyone she met. Her words were soft, but their power was strong. She showed the world that kindness doesn't need to be loud or big. It just needs to be true. No one ever forgot Lila. And Lila never forgot to say, "God bless you."